Hi, Serena.
Hi, Brett.
Okay, so my first question for you is what makes you happy?
What makes me happy? Spending time with my friends, uh, reading, art, dogs. I love dogs. And, going to my summer camp every year.
All right. My second question is how do you define happiness?
I think happiness is when you are excited for the next day of your life to come, when you look forward to living your life.
All right. And my final question is how has your definition of happiness changed over the years?
Uh, well, I'm only 17, but I've definitely learned that you need to appreciate your happiness as it comes and not to take for granted the things that make you happy.
Good. Thank you so much, Sarn. Hi, Sean.
Hey, Britt.
I'm going to interview you about happiness today.
Okay.
All right. My first question is what makes you happy?
I would say my friends, my family, you, activities that I enjoy doing, reading, music, all that good stuff.
All right. And how do you define happiness?
I would say it is the feeling of just well being and contentness, and just when you're not worrying about the next day or what's going to happen in the future, you're just kind of like living in the moment.
Okay. And how has your definition of happiness changed over the years?
I mean, I really haven't thought about my definition of happiness over the years. It's just kind of a feeling you get and you know when you're happy. So I wouldn't really say it's just changed. Just I guess different things have made me happy over the years.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Brett.
So my first question for you is what makes you happy?
Things that make me happy in my life are my family, my friends, my job, my animals, and of course you, my daughter.
How do you define happiness?
It's my definition of happiness would be the feeling that comes over me when I know that life is good.
My third question is how has your definition of happiness changed over the years?
My first happiness was when you were born, and watching you grow up over the years has been a blessing. It has now changed into getting a new job, you getting a job, and going off to college.
All right, thank you. Hey, Mr. Quinlan.
How are you?
I'm going to interview you about happiness today.
Okay.
All right, so my first question is what makes you happy?
My family.
Family makes you happy?
Yeah.
Anyone in particular?
She's standing right there.
Would it be me?
Sometimes.
All right, and my second question is how do you define happiness?
Ooh, that's a good question. Wow. How do you define happiness? Ooh, pause that for a second. Happiness, just how I feel when I'm with my family. Um, just a feeling of love and contentment and just an overall good feeling.
All right. And the last question is how has your definition of happiness changed over the years?
Well, it's different because, over the years, it's a lot of years. I guess I would think, there was a point in time early on when I first got out of college and started working, I thought, money would make me happy. And then you fall in love and get married, and then you have kids and you realize money's not all that important. It's having the people around you that you really care about that really makes you happy. I guess that's really how my perspective on happiness has changed, because I could live here or I could live in a cabin with my family. I'd still be happy.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Britt.
So I'm going to interview you about happiness today.
Okay.
My first question is what makes you happy?
What makes me happy is my family. First of all, my family, my grandchildren, they're at the top of the list, and the rest of my family, my dogs when they behave, and my job. I love my job.
Okay. How do you define happiness?
I think happiness is a feeling that you get when life is being good, when things seem to be working out the way you hoped, even though there's a few bumps in the road a little bit, but on the whole, happiness is definitely a feeling of peace.
Okay. And how has your definition of happiness changed over the years?
When I was your age, I think happiness meant having a date, nice clothes, my hair looked good that day. And over the years, it's changed into just feeling healthy, having your family being healthy and happy, and just being alive to enjoy life and everything that God's given you.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Miss Quinlan.
Oh, Brittany, what a pleasant surprise. So nice to see you. I was just practicing my piece for the Met.
So I'm going to interview you about happiness today.
That would be great.
Okay. My first question is, what makes you happy?
Before we begin, can I start with a joke? 'Cause
Sure.
What makes me happy are corny jokes.
Okay, go
Can I give you
ahead.
a corny joke?
Go ahead.
Why don't they play poker in the jungle?
Why?
Too many cheetahs. You laughing?
You're
See?
the worst.
That's happy.
All right.
Go ahead. What's your questions, my dear?
So, what makes you happy?
What makes me happy? Many things make me happy. Simple things make me happy. My son makes me happy. Can you shoot over there? Seriously though, my family does make me very happy. That's one of many things that makes me happy.
All right. And my second question is, how do you define happiness?
Happiness to me is just a feeling of joy.
All right.
Pleasant, something pleasant.
Okay. And how has your definition of happiness changed over the years?
Let's see. Well, when I was younger, things that made me happy were things that were more centered around me, like simple things. Not even simple things, but like, going to Disney made me happy. Having my dad take me for ice cream would make me happy. So it was more about me. But as you get older, as I got older, things that made me happy were more things that were not necessarily related to me, but my family. If my family was happy or is happy, then I'm happy. And even things like on the news. If something good happens, it makes me happy to see good things on the news. So as you get older, things on the outside world can make you happy. It's not all about yourself.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Hang on a second.
So, what is true happiness? True happiness describes a deep sense of inner peace, vitality, and well-being. It is with you most of the time in most circumstances, and it makes you feel a deep sense of gratitude for simply living. Normal happiness usually comes and goes and is dependent on certain things happening, while true happiness is independent of our life situations. Changing our thoughts, practicing gratitude, being kind, and living mindfully are all important and all have a big part to play, but alone they aren't enough to experience true happiness. Some common themes among the interviewees. Almost every one of the people I interviewed said that the things that make them happy are friends and family. Many also agree that happiness is a feeling you get when you know everything is going well and you are excited to live life to the fullest.